开始了吗？
哦。
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today, it's honor to invite Ito here to give us a talk. And right now, he's a student of Professor Young, and today he's going to give us a talk as a topic, large area emitter. And let's welcome Ito here.
Thank you for your introduction. And this is my topic, in large area terahertz emitter. And I want to show you some application of terahertz. And I see application for terahertz technology are divided into two categories, and sensing and communication. Application of sensing include biology and frequency medical science. And non-destructive evolution, materials science and science environment, maritime and astronomy and physical science. And communication include high-speed communication. And the first is private medical image. The absorption of terahertz wave is sensitive to water and reflection from cancer. Layer of skin can be covered with terahertz ray in search of sign of skin cancer at a third stage of development. The second is secret scanning. Terahertz wave reveal conceal the object in paper group and cardboard box. And the final one is high speed communications. They operate at over 10 gigabit per second, faster enough to download a typical movie in seconds. This is good. This is good for human amusement, and I will show you some application later. Large area this is large area emitter. The large area emitter have digital electro content. They are less costly, cathode and anode. The second gap are processed by either H or metal mask. It will generate an opposite sign current. When the light inside the AT area here, photocurrent is generated, and then they look this term. It is field of person dipole in far field, and amplitude of electric field is proportional to the derivative of current. Yeah. And this R is distance from the dipole here and the gate. And I is a photocurrent. And then do this term, power of large area emitter is proportional current square. Photocurrent is proportional to power of laser. The current is photocurrent. A small AT area cannot tolerate high power from laser. If we twist the size, the AT area size, and under the same base power, we get two times current. So we can get the four times power of terahertz. This is first advantage, and the terahertz power is strongly limited by the RC rule, but the radiation resistance is very small. The R is radiation resistance of person dipole, and but then the R0 frequencies were beyond the terahertz range, and is longer limiting factor for the large area emitter. Because small radiation resistance, but we can let me do the term, and if but it is radiation resistance very small. It also is disadvantage because power of radiation equal current square times radiation resistance. So if radiation resistance is small, power of terahertz is small. And the size of AP area of large area emitter is around 500 micrometer times 500 micrometer. The size of AP area of large area emitter is much larger than AP area of antenna emitter. The AP area of LED is the focus without the complicated optics. And the AT area of antenna emitter is usually small, which require complicated focusing. This is product of Baytop. Baytop is a company, and figure A is top view of large area emitter, and B is top view of large area with lens array. The second is non-H or covered by metal mask. The length of array is concave length. And the light inside the lens array, and the light is focused on first gate. By using the micro lens array, only first gate is inside by laser. It don't need edge or mask. If we use edge or metal mask on second gate, we lose the power of inside the light on the second gate. The paper is report from data print, and the design has some difference from conventional large area emitter. First, the photoconductive material in second gate is removed to only unidirectional motion of carrier. Thus, the second difference is lateral contact. This is lateral contact. And lateral contact generates homogeneous electric field in the structure. Result in more efficient carrier acceleration in deep region here. electric field created by conventional LAE when attenuate in substrate, but electric field created by lateral contact, large area emitter, remain constant in substrate. For single photoconductive material, the difference between lateral large area emitter and conventional LAE will be above us. And lateral contact LAE has another advantage, since there is not current in second gap here. It is not heating. Large current generate more heat, and this is an advantage for 1550 nanometer wavelength because resistivity of indium gallium arsenide is very low. It cannot tolerate much heating, and the third one is superlattice. The erbium become trapped and it catch shell carrier and provide shell carrier lifetime. Indium gallium arsenide is known as common semiconductor material for 5050. It is more expensive and has lower resistivity. And longer carrier lifetime. Then the group is able to use gallium arsenide to absorb 15-17 nanometer wavelength light, and semiconductor band gap depend on gallium arsenide to semiconductor band gap depend on gallium to arsenide ratio, and aluminum arsenide it has larger lattice constant than gallium arsenide, which make low temperature gallium arsenide with large lattice constant. Alone is strong for more size arsenide. And arsenide can meet gap defect and band gap energy, and the second is band gap energy of line is large bandgap energy of a Genius line, which prevent current of Genius line. Which prevent current of Genius line from diffraction into a low temperature Genius line, because they have Arrhenius line, the bandgap energy of Arrhenius line is large bandgap energy of Genius line. The refractive index mismatch between the Genius line and the Arrhenius line. The refractive index mismatch between Genius line and the Arrhenius line cause refresh and at low LT Genius line and Arrhenius line interface. This is used for airport security to defend this will be great alternative to the X-ray scanner, because radiation at terahertz frequency is non-ion and at modest intensities have no harm on people, and the is kind of generate proposed plastic is pressable. It is used in convertible plastic and military application. Image TerraMu is terahertz pulse image. TerraMu is a company is able to distinguish between different types of tissue in human tooth. It can detect cavities in the their early stage and monitor early inversion of the enamel at the surface of the tooth. X-ray one of the expert methods used to detect decay. only process a monogram figure, and it is deprived of the ability to distinguish between different kinds of that's all.
Okay, so let's thanks good speech from Izo Xie and first. And right now it's a QA time, so if anyone has questions, please don't hesitate to ask Izo Xie. Anyone? H4, please.
Can you explain what's the don't need complicated focus mean? Does that mean we don't consider the focus length or something? The third one, don't need complicated focus.
Sorry, okay.
Can you explain
Okay.
what it means?
What is me?
Yeah.
The term
Third one.
Third one.
oh,
Yeah.
and AT area of LAE is speed around 500 micrometer times 500 micrometer, and antenna emitter AT area antenna emitter is small, and by 10 micrometer to 10 times 10 micrometer, and if we use antenna emitter, we need Fox 10 large area emitter don't need complicated focus. He don't need bigger lens, concave lens, because he have large AT area.
The radiation resistance seems to be important. What will affect the radiation resistance of version dipole?
radiation resistance depends the distance, the distance from the dipole. And if the distance, the R is very small, and radiation resistance is small, but it have common function. I forget.
Anyone?
Yeah. Page 5. So, how does this laser ray you set up? Because I'm not sure this laser ray. Can we explain this matter?
He's asking about
This laser ray contact.
how can laser ray be a concave? How can laser ray be concave?
We can go to page 6. Is it about this?
Yeah. This is laser array, and what's your question?
Because I can how this laser array set up.
The lens array is verification. It is not there. It is device, and
It's just a device.
yeah.
So you don't need to do any design for this one.
I don't know the lens array.
Yes, please turn to page of the heterostructure. Yes, so it seems that there are two kinds of gallium arsenide in the structure. So what is the difference between these two kinds of gallium arsenide, and why do he use two different types of gallium arsenide?
The low temperature gallium arsenide, he have short carrier lifetime because we arsenide become a threat. He will catch short carrier, and I don't want the short carrier 1 terahertz is EP per second. And when one carrier diffusion content, USO content. So when give the bias velocity equal mobility times field, and saturation velocity equal
It should be centimeter. Not meter. cm.
and 1 picosecond times velocity. And E is 100 nanometer.
Yes.
So when one carrier efficient content, and but short and slow carrier way
I don't think you can answer Jeremy's question with this approach. So can you restate your question?
Okay, so what's the difference between low temperature gallium arsenide and silicon gallium arsenide, and why do this structure need two different kind of gallium arsenide?
So maybe someone can help Ito to answer this question. Okay, I can answer that for Ito. So here's the thing. So if you want to have a good television radiation power, it would be better to get a large amount of photocurrent in a second time scale. Okay, so then it would be so which means that you don't want those slow carriers come to the electrode. what do you mean? What does it mean? Slow carrier. It means that those carriers reach to contact electron larger than several picoseconds or even longer time. Okay, so then we need to make this thing happen. Then people think, so why not just make the gallium arsenide very bad, extremely bad, make a loss of trap inside of this kind of semiconductor. So they introduce defect. Okay, usually if you want to make high quality crystal, you will make it with a relatively high temperature. But if you make it very low temperature, if you grow it with a very low temperature, a lot of bad things will happen, and that is what we want. We want those traps. Because of those traps, then only fast carrier can reach to contact electron. Those slow carriers cannot reach to contact electron. Okay, so we artificially grow this kind of material. Okay, by intention. So right now, and of course, we don't need to have a very thick layer of that. So that's why typically we will have the Si gallium arsenide. So it's a typical gallium arsenide. The resistivity very high. Okay, so that's it's so-called semi-insulating gallium arsenide, not silicon. It's semi-insulating, very high resistivity, and it's very thick. Typically, it would be like 500 micrometer, or even thicker. Okay, then we can use those MBE tool to deposit this spatial design LT gallium arsenide material. LT means low temperature grown, which is LT. Some people will say LTG. Okay, LTG gallium arsenide. Okay, so this is the reason we want to have it. And if we are using MBE tool, it will be very hard for this tool to grow a layer thicker than 1 micrometer. Okay, and 1 micrometer is very thick. It's very thin, and if you really hold it, it will break. I mean, by human hand. So it will be better to have a thicker, stronger substrate to support it. So that's why we use Si gallium arsenide as the substrate and grow LT gallium arsenide. Okay.
Anyone have a question?
Okay, from this speaker, this group use LT gallium arsenide as the active layer. However, the band gap of gallium arsenide is larger than 3 electron volts. So how can LT gallium arsenide absorb 15, 17 nanometer weight?
Lattice constant of arsenide larger lattice constant of gallium arsenide, and arsenide you have SS arsenide, and arsenide become the mid gap trap. So this is and Kenya's 9 band gap is 1.4. So, and mid band gap check is here. So, he can $50, $70 nanometer wavelength can
So you mean the electron can be excited to the decay?
Anyone has a question?
So how come they deposit the aluminum arsenide between two gallium arsenide?
Okay.
How come they deposit aluminum arsenide between two types of gallium arsenide?
You mean is lattice constant mismatch? So it can pursue Kenya's 9.
I mean, why?
Then because the
It acts as buffer layer.
Because it is lattice constant mismatch. I forget the number, but it is very close.
Very, very close.
Yeah.
You mean lattice constant between aluminum arsenide and gallium arsenide?
Yeah.
But my question is, how come they deposit this layer between two types of gallium arsenide?
It use maybe.
I think he wants to ask why you positive aluminum arsenide between
Why do you put alien arsenide between the gallium arsenide? The middle layer, why?
And he have 3 reasons in here. And first is if lattice constant of arsenide larger lattice constant of arsenide, and arsenide become the trap, so he can and here and the second is n get energy, and the line inside here, and it will generate carrier, but I don't want the carrier etching in here because it is short carrier. And the third is because refract in that method, so the line inside here, it will reflection between the Kenya side and Aruba side in interface. So the line can generate more carrier.
Okay.
Page 4. You mentioned that terahertz emitter will limited by RC rule, but in QCL it didn't. So what? Which kinds of terahertz emitter will limited by RC and RC rule? What kinds of terahertz emitter or terahertz source will limited by RC rule?
You
So there is many kinds of terahertz source, right?
Yeah.
Like QCL. QCL use the quantum.
Yeah.
So like large area emitter, it has an advantage of RC rule off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do have another kinds of emitter or terahertz source, and will have the same advantage of RC rule.
It means what kind of terahertz emitter have RC rule?
So large area emitter has R0 as advantage. So does any other source has same kind advantage? Which is R0 advantage.
So you say large area meter is good, right? Advantage. 3 advantages. 1, tolerate higher power of laser, right? Second, RC roll off is negligible. Okay, so Rui Xiang is asking. So this is good, right? The second one is good.
Yeah.
For large area emitter. Okay, then it means that some other terahertz sources are bad. They are bad. They have large RC roll-off.
Yes.
So which kind of terahertz sources, which kind has large RC roll-off?
Antenna emitter. Antenna emitter.
So that depends on antenna's capacity or resistance. So
I think this advantage is compared to typical AE. That means LAE compared to typical AE. So the active area is much larger than typical AE. So it possesses low resistivity. So the RC is beyond the terahertz range. So you can neglect RC effect. If any device follow the formula of P is equal to I square R, then it will suffer RC roll.
okay.
Okay, so next question. Okay, so I was wondering that which type of radiation can this device generate, like pulse one or continuous one, or both?
Pulse and continue. Me. Then I would say okay.
Okay, so this device, LAE, can generate pulse terahertz radiation or continuous terahertz radiation, or both.
Pulse.
I don't think so.
Why?
I think only this device can operate as pulse mode.
But why?
Because the radiation is always broadband.
But
Or maybe I don't know, just guess.
maybe I read paper about continuum. So I don't know.
I think Yuanjun can answer this question.
I'm not sure too. Shen-Qi can answer.
I think both. I read some papers about CWLAE. Yes. But I don't know the reason.
The answer is LAE is good for post operation, not good for continuous wave operation, and it acts very bad, very bad. It can emit some, but it's very bad. The reason is, so this is, let's say this is LAE. If you want to operate at the CW mode, so it means that you shine the light over the large area, right? And this large area is in millimeter scale. Usually, it's millimeter scale. So then you will introduce very, very bad destructive interference. Okay? So there's not much power left. So let's say this is a large area. Each part would be a CW. So let's say we drive it with CW mode. Each one will give the power in a certain phase. Okay? And it will be bad. That's the reason.
But I think the dipole only operates at certain frequency, not broadband frequency.
Yeah. So this is another drawback.
A pulse contains a lot of frequency. So
what's this?
So LAE has only a lot of dipole. How can it operate at so many frequencies?
So if that is the dipole, if there's a dipole, I think Izo's PowerPoint already showed that formula. So that if you have the dipole and you can generate many frequencies at far field.
But only one is the strongest, right?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So, anyone have question still? Okay. So let's thank you for for speech.
OK， 好。你刚才讲的东西啊，其实如果一个 dipole 它是在这部分相比持续共振的话。